What's up, everybody? We're back, and for today's video, we are gonna make some beef and broccoli.
We recently got some from a takeout place. I think we could make it way better.
Cue the intro.
To start, we need to make two sauces. One to cook our beef and broccoli in and one to marinate. We're going to start with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, and a tablespoon of garlic paste, and a tablespoon of ginger paste. Now mix this all up. Once it's all mixed up, set it aside, and then we're gonna start on our marinade. For our marinade, we're gonna start with a good amount of soy sauce. Depending on how much beef you're using, that depends on how much soy sauce you start with. Then we're gonna add a teaspoon of sesame oil, some salt, and of course some TNA. It's a blend of garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. Now, like a teaspoon of cornstarch is gonna help to thicken everything up. Stir it up. For our meat, we're using a ribeye. Put this in the freezer for a few minutes before you cut. It's gonna make it a lot easier.
Now, we want to do some thin strips, kind of like this. At this point, I'm gonna cut this in half, and then just to keep them all kind of the same size. And we're gonna add our beef into a bowl. We are gonna add a little bit of baking soda. You want to mix that up. The internet told us that breaks down the meat and will make this like softer and easier to chew. It'll kind of tenderize it. When you got this done, then add our marinade. Mix that up and set it aside while we prep our veggies. So we're also gonna add a little bit of carrots to this just to give it some color. I think it's a good idea. So chop these up, then we're gonna chop up the broccoli, and then we're gonna add them to our boiling water. Now we're gonna cut up this broccoli into about, I'd say, the size of the pieces of steak. That way everything will like fit on your fork pretty good.
To our salted boiling water, add our vegetables to it only for like 1 to 2 minutes.
All right, it's been 2 minutes. We're gonna strain this out and immediately put it into an ice water little bath just to make sure that this stops cooking. We only did this to bring out like kind of the flavors, the vitamins, and we want to keep it that color.
Into our Hetzklad pan with some oil, our marinated meat. Gordon Ramsay, please sponsor us. Since it's marinated with soy sauce, we're gonna only add TNA because soy sauce is salty. And mix it up.
After this has been going a minute or so, we're gonna add both onions and some chopped garlic. Stir this up, and then we'll add our vegetables. It's very important that you dry these vegetables, the broccoli, the carrots. You cannot put water into something with oil. In goes your vegetables. give that a little bit of a stir, and then we're gonna add that sauce we made. We got this stirred up a little bit. Now we're just gonna add the sauce and stir this up some more. So to deglaze the pan, we're gonna add just a little bit of some beef broth, stir this up, and we're almost ready to go.
If you want your sauce a little thicker, you're gonna make a slurry that's with cornstarch and water. Mix this up and your sauce will get thicker. We're gonna top this with some green onions and some sesame seeds. There you have it, TNA's take on beef and broccoli. See you next time.